Why is it? Welcome back, everybody. It's Creative Redundancy back again. Hopefully, everyone's doing well. Welcome to this Chit Chat live stream with the one known as CR, like it says on the screen. And you see, I brought the special picture in because I took a picture of it because I think it needs to be said. I know a lot of people are doing live streams right now, so I appreciate everyone that can drop by. If you're catching this on the replay, I appreciate people dropping by as they can. I get it, everyone's busy. Hey, Verna, I see you. I see you in there. I see you. Nope. I guess it would be smart if I actually, go to the right menu here. Hopefully you're doing well. It's nice to see you again. I've seen you like all day, it seems like. Oh, there we go. I was like, why isn't it putting it in the chat? Slight delay. I'm not sure where Hugo is. Not sure where she is. She was in. I know she said hi. So hopefully you're doing well. Just making sure my phone's charged. Give me the standard 5x5. Yeah, today is YouTube day. apparently, because I keep running into you. Morning, evening, now. Because I know you could start piggybacking on a few things that I see. Alright, cool. I had issues earlier, I did too. Which is funny. I've been having audio issues. I don't know why. Yeah, it's all good. She'll come back. It's all good. I speak to her from time to time anyway. Good evening, Shiny. How are you doing? I appreciate everyone dropping by the way. I know there's our live streams, by the way. So, if you could slip out to catch one of them, or whatever, in like an hour or so, I get it. I know what time it is. I know who streams on a Friday. I know. I'm expecting to see Shani later in our stream, like usual. She's probably like, yeah, you're right, CR. How are things with you? Well, I guess I could say ladies, because I only have ladies in the house right now. Where's all the guys? Where's all the guys? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Everyone's streaming. Everyone's got a lot to say. I also have lots to say too. Yeah, she has the freedom. So I appreciate everyone dropping by. And I guess this I was actually gonna do a preparedness type of stream, my usual pure EP stream, but I decided to do this more of a chit chat version of it because I think I will be more vocal this time. What? You haven't had supper yet? What? What? She can do what she wants, but she hasn't had supper yet. I thought everyone tells me to eat before joining the live streams. I mean, Shawnee, what happens if I start talking about food? She'll be like, well, then I know what you go through, CR. Just kidding. Food is an important thing. I ate too. I ate before I started the stream. That's why I was late, because I had to, kind of rinse my dish right beforehand. Eat only when you are hungry. At this rate, I might get hungry by the end of my own stream. Again. Knowing my luck. Ah, I see. Yeah, you were doing stuff, getting stuff ready. Right? You were preparing something. This is why I have this pre-prepared. It's actually a real sign, by the way. I actually saw the sign. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a picture of this. Obviously, there's some other words. Obviously, this is actually a construction type of sign, but this has to be said. I think with everything going on, with things expected to happen within time, of course, no one will know for sure until it happens. But The writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall. And what is going down? Vane knows. She's like straight up. I know what that says. Yeah, that's why I took the picture. That's why I took the picture of Vane in the first place, just because this is like, yeah. You can tell there's like no leaves on the trees, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. And it's almost this time. See, it's almost this time for, yeah. That's why I got that on the screen. What's up, Blake? I see you, man. Yo, what's up? Virtual fist bump to you. You saw that a lot around. That's how she knows. She's like, I know, because I've seen it before. So, hopefully I'll see some other people drop in very, very shortly here. Make sure my phone's actually charging. I gotta make sure my phone's charging when I'm doing this, so it doesn't drop so suddenly on me. So yeah, I've been getting more prepared, more ready, being proactive as much as I can for what seems like an eventuality at times. I know, well, winter for me is an eventuality. There's definitely no doubts about that. Winter is definitely an eventuality to me. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, you'll be live in the morning, babe. Okay. I'll try to drop in if I can. You know, originally I was actually going to do a stream in the morning. However, I saw someone else live and I joined them instead, as Vane knows. I was just like, well, never mind, forget that. So I decided to stream this evening, tonight instead. I mean, I've been doing a couple of like morning streams or whatever, right? So it's been a while since I did that night stream. Actually, it's been a while since I did a stream on a Friday on the TGIF. And within prime time. Is that a phrase I can use? Yeah, prime time. Within prime time. Yeah, I think that sounds better. I don't think prime time actually is the way to say it. But yeah. So I've been working on some ideas for this coming up winter here for the channel. So you might notice it eventually. I don't know when I'm gonna post them because I actually haven't recorded them yet. I still have to actually record them. Oh, straight up, Shawnee's just like, ideas, listening. She's like, yes. Shawnee's listening very intently right now. She's just like all ears. She's like, wait. You know what I hear? I hear Shawnee getting like a pencil and a pen and paper right now. She's like, wait, I'm getting my binder. I'm getting my notebook. And then drop down some ideas. Yeah, ideas are in the notebook. See, straight up, she already wrote that. No, I'm actually been working on this for a bit. I put the ideas down on a scrap piece of paper, right? But I do it in a certain way. I'd show you, but it actually has a list of ideas of content creation ideas. So, there is some. I will say there is winter related stuff in here, and this is why the Be Prepared construction sign and this winterized CR logos on the screen right now, because actually that is what I'm thinking of right now. Because, like, regardless what's happening in our places, I have to still remember I gotta deal with stuff here for me locally, right? You know, I know what's going down in the US. I've seen it, because I've seen the streams, amongst the other things that people have been posting. And I posted a video earlier, and I'm you know what, I'm gonna be really honest. I'm being quite honest, sure. I appreciate everyone that gave me those comments a lot more. Because I was just voicing something, right? And I wasn't sure at first. Like, that video that I posted today was, like, I've had it scheduled for, like, the last, 6 weeks. That's why it looks different. It looks different. because the leaves are actually still on the tree at that time because I pre-recorded that. I just been waiting. I've been waiting to post it or to schedule it live. I mean, schedule it publicly. Well, I guess we'll see, bruh. Apparently, Shawnee's leans in closer. She's like, I'm surprised she didn't even put it in the capital C and R in there for you. She's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. But yeah, I've been working on some ideas. A couple of winter type of things. Actually, this reminds me, I actually have to cross out some of these ideas because I actually already shown them. I guess on the right side of doing this, I gotta remember I was just like looking, I'm like, oh wait, I already did the chop and drop video. So I can cross that out among some other things. I still have to. I need to actually record the resource hall video. Oh, at least one for this year. I haven't recorded one since like the beginning of the year, I think. And I gotta remember the box is growing within it, and the gear within it. I mean, I'm already adding more into it already today. Hey, I'll just have to work on it, I guess. Hey, there we go. Now she's here. Sassy's here. Hi, Sassy. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you dropping by. I kind of knew you'd drop by. She's like, well, you know, I'm here now. Did you get coffee yet, Sassy? Are you getting that coffee? Did you resupply? Did you restock on that? I know you were saying you were kind of low. I don't know what you would consider as low, right? I guess that's subjective, an opinion, and stuff like that. So, hi, Uncle Al. I see you in there. Hey, Uncle Al. I was gonna say to you last time. I don't know if you heard me. Maybe not, because you slid out after I said it or whatever. But I'm still working on that food bag. I mean, it's similar to what you shown. I think a suitcase or something along the lines of that. I mean, I'm working on it. It's not a suitcase, but for a lack of a better word, it's a bag. I've been actually working on it. I did update it in terms of the bag. The contents, it's always in flux, that food bag, because I'm actually rotating food into it, right? I'm actually trying to use it. And, maybe hold back a few odds and ends, just in case, rainy day type of fun or gear. Well, I shouldn't say gear, but it's more like food-related stuff. Food, water-related stuff. Something I've been working on. I'm trying to bring it up to that next level of preparedness, I guess, right? So it's a little bit more ready for what I have. Yeah, it's food. Food. I like how Blake just wrote food. He's just like food. Blake, you funny. But yeah, I've been working on it. I've been working on it. I might try to show a video on that, if not this year, then next year. Remember, there's only 10 weeks left in the year, so there's only so many videos I'll post for the remainder of the year. Some of them might just have to wait till next year. Yeah, take inventory and so they know what is lacking. And well, not only that, you don't assume, right? Because sometimes if you live with other people or whatever, sometimes things get misplaced, or things are just behind something you didn't even notice it, right? And you're like, and next thing you know, you're getting something that you don't necessarily have to get, but you don't see it on your own shelf, right? I think inventorying is good. I mean, it could happen to any of us, right? It's just like, I thought we still had one, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh yeah, we do still have one. It was behind this. The t-shirt fell on it and no one noticed it, right? No one decided to look underneath the t-shirt. It's like, oh, that's where I put the soap. That's where the soap was, and it could happen, right? Things like that can happen. I know that. He's in there? What's up, man? I see you in there. Hey! Whoa. Alright, man. It's nice to see you, man. It's been a while. Wow. Shouldn't say that long, but it's nice to see you again, huh? Actually, he's been following me for a bit. He just more recently came back into the fold of things, I guess, for lack of a better term. Speak of which, I will check on something. Okay. I need to check on my battery. Yeah, inventory and rotational of stock, right? I mean, in terms of inventory and organization, that's important because you want to know what you still got and you know what resources, I'll say resources, but supplies, gear, and all that stuff, all what you still have. Because it would be nice to know, especially if something goes down, so you know you're ready. So you know if you have to shelter in place, plug in or whatever, you know what you got, you've inventory and you know how long you can, the potential of it, right? Iron Fire Horse is here? Hi, Iron Fire Horse, how are you doing? Nice of you to drop in. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I was expecting the sunflower but emoji, but whatever. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, I gotta make sure my phone's charging. Okay. You had a can of pumpkin that decided to leak stream pumpkin overplay. It wasn't old. It wasn't old. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that inventory and rotation, right? I'm thinking, you know, the first FIFO, as they say, well, that's not accurate for first in, first out kind of deal. You know, you put your new cans in the back, bring the old cans to the front. Maybe you have a system where it auto rotates, like, you know, the cans just roll down, right? I don't know if you are prepping channels out there. Some people have something along the lines of that. I've been reconsidering that, but I need to actually make it to work with what I got here, right? And with what I typically would have in terms of, yeah. It wasn't old or dented, yeah, okay. Yeah, the ones with, yeah, Uncle, the ones with just a letter, yeah. Yeah, I got you. I mean, really, just upload a picture to it, right? I mean, like, you think you're gonna pull one, open source one online or whatever, right? Yeah, I get you. I mean, technically mine is has letters, but there's a little bit more in there, right? That's why I decided to add in a few things. Make hard tag. That might be hard to swallow though. I mean, I guess I could just soak it for like hours and hours in soup, right? I'll make a stew with it or something like that. Yeah, Uncle L's still kicking it. SGP. You know, I never call her that. I never really call her that unless I'm writing shorthand. But I always just call her Sassy. Amongst some other names, I can call her like awesome. Yeah, amongst that. Let's see, where am I at? About 20 minutes in. Got 7 in the room with me. Appreciate it. Vey, okay, I'll shrug. No, but now I do. I mean, I don't really pay attention to that. I mean, it's just how I am. I don't pay attention to it because I just kind of, you know, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Awesomely. I'm sorry. Inside joke. If you caught my last stream, you would know exactly why we're saying it. Clearly. What's up, James? I see you in there. Yeah, see, even James has got like an icon with something on it, yeah. And I've seen him around and all this stuff, right? Not just here with Caitlyn and stuff like that. Amongst some other YouTubers, yeah. That's why I call him Al. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. I had to read that carefully. I'm like, oh wait, that's an L, not an I. Right? I'm just saying. Just saying. Alright. So yeah. I think it goes well saying, yeah, I think the preparedness side needs to. All of us need to be ready. Not just for what's coming up, well, obviously for what's coming up, but what may result from what's coming up. I mean, I've been hearing a few things about what's even going down here in, well, down here, up here in Canada. So, something I've heard it twice now. I've heard it twice now. When did I hear this? From a friend of mine and from in a side chat from some other people. So I've been hearing about this everything that may happen here in Canada. I mean, it probably doesn't really surprise me that it would happen, but it may delay a few things. Let's just say, yeah. Well, it's not just that. It's not just that, Uncle. It's not just that's no apocalypse kind of thing, all right? I mean, that's probably gonna compound a lot of things within the next few months, all right? Like, because I know it's a La Nina. Well, we're transitioning to it, right? Which is basically like typical or like below seasonal values, that kind of thing. Depending where you are here in Canada or in the US and stuff like that. So this is why I'm like trying to be a little bit more proactive, trying to get some stuff ready as much as possible. Just in case that that chance does present itself, right? But so a lot of these things, maybe not for sure, fake, but they're also not at a 0% chance either, right? There's a degree of a chance of it. So, and then be more proactive and prepare for that as much as possible, right? Yeah, let's see where I'm at. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wonder what it says there. Like I said, so I actually been doing some research too and understanding some of this other stuff a little bit more. I'm trying to expand not just the gear, the resources, but the knowledge too, and understanding the terminology and all that stuff, right? And what does it really mean in the long term of things, and should I be aware of it? I was gonna use the CR word, but I'll use the word aware. I could have used the CR word, but won't use it this time. Be aware of what's going on, because things are metaphorically heating up. Not just in the U.S., but here in Canada too. I know it is. The writing is on that metaphoric wall, or on the chalkboard, or whatever your wall. Billboard, sign, the signs on the grass, all that stuff, right? Hey, hi, sunflowers. How are you doing, my friend? It's nice to see you again, sunflowers. It's nice to see you again. Sunflower. I thought you had an actual picture with this account. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I can make you. I can make you a nice sunflower icon. Something, my friend. I can make you one and send message it to you. Wouldn't be the first time, right? It wouldn't be the first time. Technically, it's not the first time, right? Of course, they know it. Okay, take care, everybody. I'll try to catch you in the morning. Yeah. Oh, Diggs in it. Well, what's up, Diggs? How are you doing? I didn't realize you changed the channel name slightly. Hey, I'm just. I know. I'm pretty sure too. Pretty sure. Because I can see my moderator. The Oh, wait, actually, I can. What am I thinking? I keep forgetting the wrench is there. I just can't notice it at times. Oh, it's second channel. Okay. I kind of figured. It's all good. It's all good, man. I could just picture him. He's probably sitting down right now and just like in front of that table or whatever. Or maybe he's in chair. Anyways. So yeah, we gotta get ready, right? Just like getting ready for winter. Just like the animals out there that get ready before winter. Just like the bear that kind of gets ready before winter, before hibernation, right? The squirrel that, squirrels away the nuts and food and a bunch of other things, right? Just like all that stuff, right? Just like nature is getting ready. No, well, the animals are getting ready, Like I said, the squirrels, the bears, right? They're all getting ready, if they haven't already, They're trying to make sure they're good for the winter, right? Because they realize, no food in the winter is very, very bleak, alright? And I know what you said earlier, Uncle Al, about what happened in Spain. Yeah, I've been following that too. Because I've been following that every so often, Because I think there was that the early alert or something like that. I only brushed by it, but I'll rewatch a few things. But they said that what, the alert system wasn't notified, or it's too late, or didn't work, or something like that. It seems like we've heard this before, right? How many times have we heard that before, right? Oh, those alarms didn't go off. The early warning didn't reach everyone in time, right? Or it didn't work, or something happened, right? This is why we prepare, and not heavily rely on that. Like that, yeah. That stuff gives you lead time. But you know what really gives us lead time? I'm gonna be very vocal about this. It's the preparedness part, right? Because if you're not proactive, you become reactive to whatever's going on. You just react on the fly versus thinking ahead in advance, considering what things can happen in an area, whatever it is, right? I know you guys in the U.S. are expecting this or that may happen, Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it's not that serious, But I know you guys are being ready for it because you're being proactive about it, right? And seeing what you guys are doing in the U.S. reminds me to be proactive here where I am right now. No, it hasn't sunflowers. Yeah, I know Goldfish already had that. Yeah, exactly, you're right. I mean, like, when I was seeing some of that stuff on Twitter, I was just like, you guys experienced, well, some people in the U.S. experience it. Some people here in Canada have experienced it, right? That flooding thing, it happens here in Canada too, right? A couple years back in BC. For you guys, it's in the U.S. in, like, Tennessee? Sorry, my geography's bad. But after the storm, right? Same thing, right? And some of these other things, like I said, about the lead time, right? Sometimes you don't even got the lead time. That's why you're going to be ready. Gotta be ready. Alright, Diggs. Just making sure I'm just catching up on the chat. Make sure my phone's charging. But I have an SICU in there. Okay, something to keep. I'm quoting what Diggs is saying. Dick Works, he said, and I quote, something to think about. Sometimes the reason for the, quote, alarms not going off is easy access for what's in that area. Again, keep this in mind. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think I understand what you mean. What's up, The Real? I see you in there, man. How are you doing? Yeah. It's all good, The Real. The Real, I already know I'll see you later tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'll see you in, like, about 16 hours from now, alright? With Shadow Scout Swede. You know, if he shows up randomly, that'd be amazing. I just speak of him, and he just shows up. Remember, try to follow me over there at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern over on Shell Scout Suite. He'll be doing a stream too. Yeah, I think I heard about that the down in the GTA area, Iron Forest. Yeah, I think I heard about that, right? And that happens. It could be in Manitoba here in Canada, right? During the spring, right? Of that fall, right? So it happens, and that's the thing. When it happens, it really does happen. It can really happen fast, right? This is why I say you gotta be ready for that, especially in low-lying areas or certain places are more prone to it. Now, for me personally, I live on a higher plateau, right? There's a lot more low-lying areas around me, so at worst it'd be a localized flooding. I don't see it specifically here happening. However, it can happen in other parts of Canada, right? It's like it probably wouldn't happen here. Oh, look at that! The All Stars here. Everyone, we gotta welcome Second Star. He's in the house with us right here, straight up. He's just like woohoo, or woo, now woo. Yes, you do. Daylight savings times this weekend. Yeah, exactly. They're around 16 hours. Yeah, I appreciate you dropping by real suddenly. So yeah, let's see where am I? Of course. It's nice to see you, man. How are you doing, man? Virtual fist bump to you, man. You know. So yeah. I know not everyone lives where it's if I can actually do this right. You know, where this stuff falls, but there could be other forms of precipitation to be to take notice of. Yes, take notice of. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm actually trying to not use this Ursula word because I feel like I don't want to use that this evening. Oh, okay, Diggs. Yeah. So let me hear right now. I'll be here and okay, you're listening. Okay, it's all good. Second star. I'll just mention how awesome you are every so often. You know, so you know you'll be like, yeah, I know I am. He'll write it on the screen, and I'll be like, yeah, he's listening. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm kidding. I'm being sarcastic. I gotta feed his ego a little here. Yeah, exactly. That's actually what happens, right? Flooding occurs because influx of water is greater than the drainage. Yeah, it's just like a bathtub that overfills, right? You know, if it's not draining out and the input is greater than output, well, eventually it's gonna fill up. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. You know, however long it takes, right? But you know, because the input is greater than that output, which means that it's always gonna be added on. You know, if you keep adding a one to a number, eventually that number's gonna grow to a 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 digit number. In time, it will. It's just a matter of time, right? I feel like I could dive into another thing right there. That pun was not intended, by the way. I actually it just said it. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. See. Now he's trying to feed my ego on it. You're awesome, man. You're awesome. Yeah. But on a serious note, right? On a serious note, we're gonna be ready. I mean, you know, stuff's going down. I know. You know what? I know this is my stream, right? I feel like I'm still holding back a little. I don't know. Somehow I tend to have the tendency to hold back a little, right? I don't want to just uh, let out this torrent of words. Yeah, I'll just say it like that. I don't want to let out this torrent of words because I feel like I could at times. I feel like I gotta, yeah. I feel like I could at times. I think I understood what Vanessa Kitty said. I can understand that. I think I can. I'm assuming she's still talking about what I think she's talking about. I'm assuming. I'm assuming. Maybe she'll elaborate, clarify a little bit more for the rest of us. You know, I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart, Vanessa. Sometimes, I mean, I'm not that smart. Sometimes you gotta explain and elaborate a little bit more. I'm not that smart. You know. Yeah. Well, Uncle Floodwater has contamination. It's runoff, everything in it, right? It's very polluted, right? Salt water too, right? Even if you got, let's say, a soy or let's say one of those filters or whatever, right? Can they do salt? Is that remove the sodium out of the water? If that water came from the ocean, right? Something to think about. Not just the heavy metals, pesticides. Obviously the biological components too, right? That all matters, right? And this is why it's important to have some water on hand. As much as you can for where you are and all that stuff, right? Because if it's flooding outside, you see flood water and you know where it's coming from, you'll be thankful, grateful, and you have a little bit of fresh water stocked behind in your place, because at least the water you have is good, alright? You don't have to process it, you don't have to run it through a filter, run it through whatever, right? You can go with that to start with, right? You don't have to necessarily dive into filtering or distillation or reverse osmosis right away. Yeah, that too. And things are floating, yeah, and debris. Ascending orders of growth rates, okay. Yeah, yeah. Don't drink flood water, yeah. That has to be, that's like sewage too, right? Backs up from a sewer, right? That's what happens. The sewer gets backed up in an area, and then, or the rivers start to increase their size at the banks and stuff like that, and then there's runoff and all that stuff. And of course, it's got the sediment in it and all that stuff too. The sediment's probably not gonna hurt you, but the things that are in it, especially the things you can't see, right? There's also clarity of water doesn't necessarily mean it's safe to drink. You can't see bacteria with your naked eye. I'm pretty sure you cannot see heavy metals with the naked eye either, right? And stuff like that, right? And there's other components that may be in there. Oh, I guess, if I keep forgetting what's been happening in Spain and, of course, in other areas that have had floods, right? Vehicles. Although the oil will probably sit at the top of the water, but still there's other things. There could be antifreeze in the water or windshield washer fluid in the water too, right? That kind of stuff. I mean, I don't want to drink that. That's probably not what you want to have, right? Yeah, snakes, boas, gators, all this other kind of potentially harmful stuff that can injure you or hurt you or seriously injure you, right? I mean, that kind of stuff, that's last resort, right? I'd rather not go for that if all possible, right? And probably the more proactive approaches have some ways to purify and also have actual water itself, right? Yeah, wildlife, yeah. I see, Vanessa Kitty. I see. Noted. Noted. Yeah. What's that say? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like always remembering that flowing water has a lot of potential energy in it, right? I guess I'll go really scientific, right? It has a lot of potential energy in it, right? That's why we have hydroelectricity and amongst some other things, tidal power or whatever, right? The energy in there, right? So if you think about it like that, well, in 1 cubic meter, 3.28 feet cube weighs 1 ton, right? I mean, just half of that, 500, right? Half a ton, even a quarter of that. That could start moving things because it's gonna apply a lot of pressure, especially if it's like going perpendicular to like a vehicle or something like that. It's gonna push really hard. It's just like there's more potential energy in the water than in the wind because the water's more has all the atoms are a lot closer, right? So it's gonna push quite hard, especially if it's slowing down with like gravity's pulling it down and all that stuff from a hill or whatever, right? It's gonna start to gather up stuff too, debris, and all that stuff. It's not hit hard. That's for sure. Gray's in here too. Hi, Gray. How are you doing? I didn't realize you used to. I didn't realize that, Uncle. I guess that's new to me. But I guess that explains a lot, actually, because you've mentioned that you've seen things float away before. I guess that explains a lot. Okay. Yeah, exactly right. The water has a lot of potential energy in it, and not to be taken for granted. Just because you see someone else going through it and they make it through, doesn't necessarily mean you can, right? Don't assume that. And remember, a lot of that water, you can't see the bottom. You can't tell what's underneath, right? It could be a lot deeper. There could be like nails underneath, right? Next thing you know, it's not that you stalled out, but your tire's flat, right? And I'm assuming if the tire goes flat, you're probably gonna sink in the water a lot more too, or something like that. Or some sort of like what's the word? Depression in the road, right, or something like that, or hit something else and then you couldn't see in the floodwater, right? And this is if it's not moving and there's visibility, obviously during a storm or whatever, right? Yeah, 1 gallon's 8 pounds, so yeah, flooded water has a lot of potential energy. Yeah, exactly, right? Something not to be taken for granted. I mean, just go swimming. For anyone that's gone swimming, let's say in a more contained area like a local pool or whatever that's inside, if you push that water, like if you push water against someone else, and especially from someone that's heavier to someone lighter that's pushing it, you'll move back because that water's actually pushing you back. Hi, Howie. I see you in there. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, parasites, bacterial, viral infection, along with chemicals, which can harm you significantly. Yeah, it's just a matter of time, right? It's just a matter of time, especially you start going through it and stuff like that. 8 knots? What do you mean by 8 knots? Like actual 8 knots? Like what? Bowline? Or being able to tie a bowline one-handed, which I'm still working on. I mean, I could do a bowline, but I'm still working on the one-handed. I still gotta work on that. I mean, I could tie a bowline with 2 hands at least, right? And that's another thing too, right? And I've seen this in their videos a while back. They're from, I forget where the video came from, but there's been videos, passing a rope or something like that, right? Well, it's easier for someone to grab a handle when there's a fixed loop of like a bowline, right? That doesn't tighten or get long, expand, right? So they can grab it, put it around their waist or around underneath their armpits, right? Because in water, you might not have proper grip. Your hands might be cold. you don't have dexterity in your hands to hold a rope or whatever is used to help you out, right? So tying something like a bowline would help, you know, especially if you don't get one of those round life preservers that that you fling out or whatever, or something you would see like on at the beach or whatever, right? From lifeguards and stuff like that. I'll catch you later at the real house. I'll catch you in like what 15 hours. Let's see what else. Bowl one. Yeah, I want to assume a bowl one. Let's see. I could, you know, it makes me wonder. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. If you were trying to help someone, right, and like multiple people are trying to pull someone in, right? I like obviously timing is timing, but and how much time you have to set it up, right? But like if you put a bull one at the end and you added a bull one at the other end and maybe a couple additional points for people to grab onto, like with a fixed loop, maybe I don't know, Alpine butterfly knot, right? Because an Alpine butterfly knot you can set up the loop in the middle of the line without access to the ends. I know that's, but obviously, the timing and all that stuff, right? Because, like I said, sometimes when you're grabbing something like that with wet hands, cold hands, and stuff like that, because obviously, depending on the temperature of the water might start pulling heat away from you pretty fast, right? Especially if this is coming in from like a major river or an ocean or whatever. That water's probably may not be that warm. And especially if you've been in the water for a while, right? Speed of water? Yeah, sea speed, okay. How he's making pie, nice. Well, yeah, one-handed but one underweight, yeah. I think to be honest, I think if someone's actually sending you a line out, they should just tie a bow away. Just makes it easier. Just makes it easier for the other person, right? They don't have to think about it, right? And stuff like that. And another reason, and I'm not even talking about floodwater. This could be because in the winter time, because someone falls through the ice, right? And that can happen. And I guess this relates into what I have on this winterized CR logo that I have, right? And that happens too. That I know that happens. Every so often you hear about it. Every so often, right? And it does happen. It just happens, right? Unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, there's standing water or lakes or whatever throughout the world, right? And if they freeze over, they don't necessarily freeze thick enough to hold up a person, for example, let alone a vehicle, right? It's got to be like inches and inches, right? Or maybe the ice is falling and there's like patchy thin spots or whatever, right? That are too thin to hold up weight, but it doesn't. No one notices it, or it until someone falls in. The next thing you hear is just like splashing in the water while you're inside. And you're like, what's going on, right? You look back at your whatever and see it, right? Yeah, use pole to probe. Yeah. Let's see, where am I here? I do not know the waters in Alaska were. Yeah. I do know the waters in Alaska are always dead. Yeah, exactly right. And that's another thing, alright? In those extreme cold temperatures, I mean, your dexterity just, well, it just goes downhill. It just goes downhill fast. I mean, I remember, for anyone that hasn't seen me do this one, I haven't done it for a while. But I remember when I did this extreme ice water, winter ice water challenge. I did that in -11 Fahrenheit, -22 Celsius. And that was just a few minutes, and that's just with my hands, right? But I could feel just a taste of that, right? I did the dexterity kind of test with your thumb and pinky. I could barely do that. Like, in that video, I started a very small fire just to warm back up and all that stuff. Just using, just sparks, right? Not a lighter or anything like that, right? With tinder, I pre-made, right? And stuff like that. One of the things that I don't usually mention is that it took me an hour afterwards coming back out inside to get my hands back into a normal state again. That's how long it took me. That's where I start to understand more about, the colder the longer you've been cold, or the longer the cold has penetrated deep into your bones or whatever, right, the longer it takes to recover from that. So, how they say, if you ever get hypothermia, right, it takes weeks to recover, especially, you've been on the side of the mountain for like days or something like that, right? I'm like, oh yeah, that explains a lot. Something that a simple shower or a bunch of blankets, yeah, it helps, but it just doesn't, you don't suddenly snap back into a normal state again, right? It takes a little bit of time to recover. You guys are really typing a lot. You guys are really, really typing a lot here. Maybe I should have put on like slow mo. You guys are typing a lot. I love it. Let's see. Your coworker helped you pull you up and foot because you lose muscle power when you are too cold, no grip or anything. Yeah, exactly. That's the point of the bowline, I guess, right? Easy fixed glute that you just put underneath your armpits and they can pull you and you don't have to hold on. And it's not done tighten up like a slip knot because it's a fixed loop, a bowline. And hopefully, whoever makes it knows what they're doing and not give that false bowline or anything like that. And it should be checked, right? Should be checked to make sure that it's not done compressed, right? Or loosen up or untie itself, right? So, yeah. I see. Yeah, there is a point that it's too cold, right? It's just a matter of time. We are not built for extreme cold like that, right? The cores just don't pull heat away from the extremities so fast to preserve, obviously, your core, your heart, your heart, your lungs, and all that stuff, right? It's a natural reaction, right? Once it happens, right? I mean, you can slow it down or whatever, right? But once it starts happening, that's, yeah. Yeah, I guess road flare. Yeah, road flare. Something that you doesn't take too much dexterity or effort or time or reduces the amount of time that you have to spend, and you can start getting warming back up, right? Starting to get back into a quote unquote a normal state that you were in before you fell in or before the person fell in, right? And stuff like that. Wet clothes, big no, obviously, right? Any wet clothes, water will pull heat away from your body much faster than the air can. Alright? Stuff like that. Wait, I actually. Let me see here. Let me try to catch up with some. Yeah, that too. Yeah, it'll change black. That brown to black. Yeah, Air Force, yeah. Slow mo. Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm keeping up. I'm keeping up a little. You guys are typing really fast. I thought I typed fast. You guys are typing like paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs. Okay, I read that. Vanessa Kitty. I was gonna call you Alaska Kitty. I'm like, no, Vanessa Kitty. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, exactly, right. I guess yeah, Titanic, yeah, exactly, right. I guess that's why in the movie Jack said, we gotta stay on the boat as long as possible. I mean, because once you get wet, water's gonna pull heat away from you fast, right? That's why water cools you down generally in the summertime because it can pull heat away from you because water has what's the word I'm looking for? A very high specific heat capacity, like 4.19, right? So you can hold quite a bit of heat, right? Obviously, we all know it boils at sea level, 212 Fahrenheit, 100 Celsius, right? So it's gonna hold quite a bit of energy. But it can also pull energy from things like the body and stuff like that, alright? Water will pull heat from a fire. It doesn't just get it wet, but it's pulling heat away from it too, right? So, nice. Since someone is simply falling and sliding to the bottom of a steep incline could involve rope to get a person back. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. That too. Yeah, I know. It can happen. Some places the temperature can drop extremely fast. Yeah, I got you. Digs, ropes, yeah. Wow. Oh, wow, Iron Players. I see you. And I'm at the bottom of the chat. Okay, you guys can type again. I'm back at the bottom of the chat. You guys can start typing as fast as you want. Write your paragraphs. I'll read as much as I can. I might not read them all out loud, but I am reading them, by the way. I am reading the chat. Yeah, exactly, from freezing water, right? And if I remember, that was in April, right? That's not... That Atlantic water was still Arctic cold. Right? This is in barely spring. Barely spring. Right? Water... Those waters are cold, icy cold, and that's at night and all that stuff. I mean, I really don't want to have this stream go Titanic and sink. But I guess it is a live stream, so I guess I could talk about water since it's a live stream. Yeah, I know, I just said that. Yes, April, yeah. You can't, Diggs, because I saw it beforehand. I got the memo beforehand. But, we gotta be ready, right? And speak of which, apparently my phone's not charging. I need to make sure it's at 33%. But, yeah. No, exactly, Iron Warriors. Oh, Shawnee's actually eating. Finally, she's eating. She's like, yes, I'm eating. And she's like, I'm eating all this food. Well, actually, you know what? You gotta feed your body too, right? To keep it warm, right? Fuel the engine within, as they say, right? I mean, you can't shiver without energy, right? Like, if you're shivering, you're burning calories like crazy. That automatic response of shivering is your body trying to generate heat to stay warm. Now, let's see. I do know, if they randomly came into the stream right now, that'd be special, for a lack of a. But I do know someone, right? They've been outside in the rain, right? Let's just say they don't have a permanent residence. I've only mentioned them if they actually show up in the stream, but because out of respect for them, right? And I've been hearing them out, and they're getting those propane canisters to keep warm and all that stuff. I'm like, I always, one of the things I always ask when I join their streams is like, hey, did you eat? For example, are you dry, right? Because this is like, because I know, because I've unfortunately gotten soaking wet in like just above freezing temperatures, and that was for not being in the winter below freezing. That's the coldest I felt for not being in the winter. Because it's one thing to be cold, it's totally different to be cold and wet. And if there's wind, that might as well just blow the heat right off you, right? That's what windshield is. Windshield is more considered in the winter, obviously below freezing, but wind will blow heat off of you, right? It's just like a fan. Keeps you cool, or evaporates the sweat off you, right? Or the water off you. It's not pull heat away from you that much faster. So if you're wet and it's windy or whatever, you don't really feel that. It's not really frigid. It hurts sometimes too. Well, of course, Diggs, you gotta have one smarter comment per streamer. You gotta randomly add it in, right? Yeah. Yeah, you're eating too. You're only in solid +3. That's about what, 37 Fahrenheit, whatever, give or take. Spraying water, etc. And my hands were stiff, and I was super chilled until I ate a hot meal. Yeah, exactly right. Clothing in winter versus the tropics is a good topic. Yeah. It's totally different, right? Totally different ball game. Yeah, cold and wet with wind. Yeah, exactly, right? That's what windshield does, right? I do have this. I will mention this story. I've mentioned this before, because I was at a cemetery. It was a family related thing. aside from that part of it, it was in the middle of winter. It was like minus. I'm trying to remember this a long time ago. Like it might have been like minus 30 Celsius, minus 22 Fahrenheit for you folks in the U.S. Right? You know, and of course there's vehicles, right? Everyone else was in a vehicle. Yeah, and I understand that, right? What I brought, because I knew it was gonna be windy out, I brought an umbrella, and everyone, the rest of my family members look at me, relatives look at me like I've gone crazy, like, like WTF kind of thing, right? Except for my uncle. My uncle is like, yeah, but it cuts the wind, and that was the point of it, right? Right? Because that typical view of an umbrella is like, oh, for rain, right? When you're using an umbrella in the winter, blah blah blah, right? But I mean, like people you use an umbrella or a parasol in the sun. No one says anything about that, right? You know. But my uncle's is like, yeah, but it cuts the wind, yeah. And that was the point of it because we were exposed in the open. I mean, there was partial sun, but it's still minus 22 Fahrenheit, minus 30 Celsius, right? Like, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So, yeah. It's just one of those things. Long time ago, for me. This is the best live stream out of 5 live streams here. Bro? Oh, okay. I appreciate that. Yeah, the wind's the worst. I appreciate that, Uncle. Thanks for the encouragement. Yeah. Yeah. Or coffee. In my case, Shawnee, yeah. Tea or something like that, yeah. Wind's the worst, yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully you feel a little bit better, Vanessa. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, wind and rain shows with underneath layers to see dry and calm. Yeah, dry and warm. Yeah. But yeah, this channel I visited, right? They actually subscribed to me. I have seen them in one of my chats before. Maybe they'll drop by. I don't know, right? But you know, I'm always like saying trying to stay dry. I mean, for that area, because right now that area is expected rain for the next couple of days, at least for the whole weekend, on and off, right? So that's kind of tricky, right? When you don't have a permanent residence, you're wet all the time because it's raining. Like, they got an umbrella, right? I bet it helps, but your clothes are slightly damp. There's a slight breeze, right? Like, no word of a lie. This person is walking around in places just to generate body heat because they're cold, alright? Imagine having to do that all the time, right? And I feel for this guy. That's why I actually wanted, because they've been trying to get WT watch time for obvious reasons, for obvious things, right? And I've been trying to help them out in that part, anyways, right? Our community members have tried to help the person out, with stuff, but I do what I can. But I was just like, I feel for you guys, like I actually when they were outside standing and pacing back and forth, I went outside and said to them, no word of lie, I was outside. I said, yeah, I'm actually standing outside too, dude, in that same temperature, just so you don't have to suffer alone, at least spiritually, right? Mentally, right? Because I feel for people like that, right? Especially when you're inside in a nice warm environment, you kind of forget that, like for me outside, it's actually a little freezing, and if it's one thing to cold, but if you're wet and cold and it's windy, and you're in direct contact with the ground, so it's conducting heat away from you, it's gonna be pretty miserable, right? Like they've have had some close calls, and I feel for them. Especially considering this is supposed to be a La Nina, we're transitioning to it, right? Because the last couple, like, year or two have been El Nino, right? So they even said themselves that the last winter was not so bad, right? But hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully things improve for them. I just wanted to say that. If they show up, then I'll tell you. Let's see. Okay, sorry. I'm just making sure my phone. Yeah, yeah. It's 54 there, 57, Vanessa. Yeah. It's yeah, you're seeing that yo-yos. Yeah, well, Vanessa Kitty, I know you answered my community board post. I have a community board post right now, so you want to answer that or write down a comment specifically or whatever, right? Yeah. But that's you don't seem to remember to drink. You lose water, but you don't feel the sweat because it's cold and evaporating fast. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to take a look here. That's why I gotta remember what time it is. And try to. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's. I've no. I swear, I could, and I know Second Star Survival has mentioned this before about like it's an unfortunate. It becomes almost disposable, and of a person. Remember, as a person that likes to reuse things, sometimes it it's discouraging. But on the preparedness side, I realize that's a hard. I am really trying to hold back on some of the words I want to say. I could add some words in, by the way. I don't usually add them in unless I'm emphasizing something, because I know if I start cursing, I won't stop. Yeah, I remember that, Vanessa Kitty. I still have to respond to. Yeah, it's not their fault. It's the elements. Yeah. Exactly. You gotta get off the ground because the ground's pulling a heat away from you. I mean, it's one thing in the summer, but we're in the fall, winter time now. You gotta get off the ground. All right. Especially the ground's gonna conduct the heat away from you so much faster. And stuff like that. They got blankets or whatever, or sleeping bags, but I mean, if they're damp too, it's kind of hard, right? I mean, maybe I hope they can get maybe something like 100% wool or something like that. At least something that, at least if it gets wet, it's not. It still can retain some of its heat properties, right? Stuff like that. Obviously, it's still wet. There's still some heat loss, but it's not as dramatic of heat loss compared to, let's see, synthetic that would be kind of neutral, or con that would be like extreme heat transfer right away, for example, right? And yeah, like I said, this is one of the reasons why I decided to do this stream. Amongst some other reasons why I'm doing this stream, because I think it is important. It's something not to be underestimated, right? Because I know a lot of you folks prepare, right? You guys are more ready than whatever percentage of the population, right? But it's those other people at times, I'm more concerned about, for a lack of a better word. Because, I feel their pain or can relate to a certain degree. Maybe not all the way or whatever, right? But I've had a degree of some experience, even minor experience with it, right? It always reminds me of it, when I hear these stories or whatever, it's just like, oh yeah, that reminds me that one time, the pin and needle effect from ice, or feeling cold, or numbness, yeah. I mean, I've had frostnip and frostbite too, right? Like anyone else at times, like ventures in the cold at times, right? And I realize, you gotta take winter seriously. Welcome back. Hi, Lisa. Lovely Lisa Warrior Queen. You learned from the old timers, yeah. And, they were trying to use hand warmers that weren't really effective or outdated or really weren't effective. There was a little bit of residual heat, but not much, right? Like, I could hear them rubbing the hand warmers in their hands on their stream, right? Because they had the camera off at that time, but, and stuff like that. I mean, this is a person that's walking back and forth just to stay warm, right? Some of us can take that for granted, and being in a warm environment in the winter or whatever, right? Dry clothes and stuff like that, right? Some people don't have that luxury, So when you're thinking of, like, For you guys in the U.S., because obviously Thanksgiving has already passed here in Canada, right? Keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind when you're thankful at that table. That turkey, whatever you're having on the 21st. Yeah, isn't that the 21st? Yeah, that's the 21st. Thanksgiving in the U.S. should be on the 21st, right? And remember that, right? And throughout the year, right? You know, like, I'm not saying, get this for someone or whatever, right? But just remember some of those people out there, right? You know, maybe you don't even know them directly, right? Or something like that, but that could easily, at times, easily be someone you know, right? Something can happen or whatever, right? Displacement or whatever, right? And all this stuff, lost job, whatever, all this other stuff that can happen, right? You gotta remember that and be prepared for it, you know, and stuff like that. Realizing that, that is a hard path. That is definitely a hard path. Yeah, exactly. Well, Iron Farmers, well, it gets pretty cold in Canada, remember? I appreciate you guys' comments. I can see you guys are sharing a lot of things, and a lot of things I didn't actually realize or knew at times. Yeah, exactly, Vanessa. There's plenty all over the place at times, right? Yeah, but Uncle, that's if you have that access, right? If you have access to heat. It's just like, like using a hand, making a hot water heater, bottle, warmer, or whatever, right? If you have access to it, right? If you have access to it. Now, remember, in situations like this, right? Like, stuff like, oh, people ripping your tent, people stealing your gear, insects or rats chewing through your tent or whatever, and that's the real world, right? You have to remember that it's not quite like camping at times, right? At camping, you don't usually deal with insects or not insects, but with rats or people trying to steal stuff from you, right? Compared to if you're in a urban environment on the streets, as they say, right? That's different. Some things, I guess that's why you would try to be low key as much as possible. Like, this reminds me, I did earlier in the year, back in, I think it was late August, for a couple days I did see this tent set up in a more urban environment, right? In the tree line area, right? Hold on. Excuse me. Had to sneeze there. But, a couple days later, it was gone, right? So, I was just like, yep, something happened for whatever the reason, right? I mean, I said hi to the person, but, what else can I say, right? I just said, hey, I just kind of said, hey, it might rain the next couple days. He's like, yeah, I know, right? I just gave him a heads up, right? Just to be nice, but, just to be nice. Because I was walking by on one of my afternoon walks or whatever, and I just saw it. I was just like, Yeah, that too. Yeah, Iron Forest, yeah. Yeah, the Oasis there. Let's see, hold on. I don't, I brought those things for your hand, almost did nothing. When I try them. When helping you in the winter, yeah, it's good to, this is why you have to try out the gear beforehand, especially the winter gear, right? And know the range of the temperature it can handle for what it is, right? Know the limitations that gear, right? Because the thing about cold is, it's one thing to be outside for 5 minutes, 20 minutes even, right? But as the temperature drops more, the time that it takes to feel cold shrinks from like 6 hours, 7 hours to 3 hours to like 20 minutes, right? Like right now it's just around freezing mark, right? To a certain, I walk outside with the same clothes on that I would wear in in -40, yeah, I'm gonna feel nice and warm. I'll be good for like probably the whole night, right? Or a lot of the time, right? But in -40, I'm gonna start to feel that a little bit more because it's actually physically colder out. The heat is getting pulled off of me or escaping, radiating heat, right? Because all of us are radiating heat outwards, right? Anyone that looks at thermal imaging, you see that, right? We're always radiating heat out, right? But the colder the temperature is outside, the greater the heat loss because the greater the temperature difference is. So if you don't have insulation holding that heat back, you're just gonna leak the heat right out into the environment, and next thing you know, you're shivering and walking back and forth and pacing and doing squats to stay warm, right, and stuff like that. I see, Uncle Lil. I see. Yeah, I bet that was Vanessa, Kitty, and yeah, Shawnee's still listening. Yeah, yeah, exactly, for long periods of time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course, right. I think the cover is the more important thing at the maybe important at the moment, right, Diggs? Some cover, and I'm not just talking about a simple Mylar blanket. That's just a bonus if you had something like that. You need you need old school installation things to trap dead airspace or whatever, right? And this is why Shawnee, because Shawnee is still here listening, that is one of my ideas for this winter. No, not going out in it, but I'm making something for this. I'm gonna show it eventually once I already have a prototype, by the way, right? But I'm waiting for the temperature to drop so I can try it out. I did manage to try it out today when it was below freezing when I went out, so I have to see, but I'm waiting for it to get colder so I can see the limitations of the gear, or at least so I can relate it during that video. Once I actually shoot the video, it'll be a DIY video, by the way. I have it written down in my notebook of ideas. It is part of it. It is part of it. I'm not sure when it's gonna be released because I still have to shoot it, record it, but it is in the works because I already have like 2 prototypes of it. After making one, I made another one. Oh, and by the way, I started that back in like September, so I was already like preparing for it already. Already. Out west, it's cold over on open prairies, in the mountains and all that stuff. Yeah, I've heard about that. Sleeping the day 4 hours, then walk. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, trap the heat. Right. Like I mentioned about the Howie this morning on his live stream about a snowball and like a fire reflector or whatever, right? To kind of bounce the heat back, right? Because you want to retain that heat, or you don't, like that saying at times where you leave the door open and your mom or whatever or whoever you're with is like, "Don't leave the door open, CR. We're not trying to heat up the outside," or something like that. Saying like that. Yeah, that's the boy, right? You're not trying to heat up the outside. So keep the door closed. In that same way, trying to hold back some of that heat. Because ideally, you're trying to warm your body. Or the food. Or whatever, right? That you have. Or the water you have or whatever. Or keep your pets warm. Or whatever, right? Or friends or family or a girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other with you, right? So holding back that heat in some way, right? I mean, that's why those hot water heaters, bottle heaters can help too, right? Especially, you have access to fire and water. Well, I mean, you can keep doing that, right? You can keep doing that for what it is, right? You could probably sustain that for a degree of time, provided you have something to burn, access to fire, or heat source like that, right? The water, you can keep heating it and letting it cool and reheating it, right? That'll be good, but you still need a way to add that thermal energy into the system. So you can utilize it in your sleeping bag or whatever, right? something like disposable hand warmers, they are convenient, all that stuff, but it is disposable, single use, right? Then what after, right? Yeah, I know they can work up to what 4, 6, 8 hours, but up to, right? Then what? And what happens if they're per se expired, past expired, or not working as well? You can't tell. You can't tell how well it's not work until you activate it, right? At least with a hot water heater, you could tell it's hot. You know it's hot because you feel it right away, right? However, of course, being reusable, it also means that it doesn't last quite as long. I mean, it depends how much water, right? The larger the body of water, the larger the body of water, the longer it takes for it to cool off because it has more potential thermal energy inside of it. Yeah, nice iron fires. Oh, okay. Oh, then you would go back to the gym, diner, ride the bus to keep warm at night. Yeah, I mean, I've seen them knowing to take the buses too to go to places, right? You know, and I feel for this person. He has a girlfriend too, right? And I feel for it all because I've had friends that went through that kind of stuff. And there's one person that I haven't seen, and I don't know. You know, I always think about it. I know someone else that went through it. They're good, but I think about them. It's because I know them, right? I care enough. You know, I wish I could do more at times. I really do, guys. By the way, of all things, on a real serious note, I rarely say it like that, but yeah, he they know why I'm there or whatever, right? Because I've said it, right? Because they're trying to do a live stream and there's like no one in the side chat chatting or everyone's just working and I'm just there making conversation to them, right? Trying to keep their spirits up, right? Because it's I've said to them and said to other people, it's hard to do a live stream alone without the side chat. If the side chat's going, you can bounce ideas, whatever, right? But it's kind of like, yeah. Yeah, I get you, Diggs. Yeah, that's just an overview. Yeah, of course, of course. That's just a sneak peek on it, right? Yeah. Let's see where we are. Yeah, gym has toilet, showers. Yeah, stuff like that. If you have a membership or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll suggest that to them, Uncle Al. Maybe something like that. A membership. I don't know. I'll see. All right. Some more other options out there for them. Because I know they don't want to go towards SHE with error letters because, theft and stuff like that. Which is a major thing, unfortunately, right? And it totally ruins the people wanting to use it. Unless it's absolutely crazy ass cold outside. For lack of a better term. Yeah, and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I get you, Iron Fighters, yeah. Because at least you can walk into a warm environment, right? Where per se no one's just gonna judge you or whatever, right? You can have a shower, wash your face, do all this stuff, clean back up, and freshen back up, as they say, right? And kind of regain your composure again, right? Stuff like that. Because like I said, I feel for this person at times, because I've had friends of mine go for that. One of them, I don't even know what happened to him. I haven't seen him since 2017, 2018. I mean, I tried to help them out, but I offered them a later. I offered them some gear, right? Don't get me wrong. I did offer them some, but they didn't take it all. But I offered what I could to them, right? I mean, I talked to them and all this stuff, and because I ran into them and I haven't seen them for a while, right? Because, like I've said in my videos, because that's why it's part of the outro. One of the reasons why I made it part of the outro, right? Unfortunately, I want to help a lot of people out there, but can't help everyone, unfortunately, right? Because I start drawing myself really thin, or I just don't have a way to help them directly, right? I'll do what I can, right? Do what I can, but that's why it always hurts me at times, because I feel like I should be doing more, right? But like I said, you can't help everyone out there, unfortunately. Hey guys, maybe I'll win that lottery and I can start helping people. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that too, Iron Force, yeah. I got you. Yeah, that's all we can do, yeah. Alright, Diggs. Try to do what we can, right? Because, like, there's a lot of people trying to voice their opinion, right? I feel like, and I'm still holding back a little. Really, I am. I'm still holding back a little. There's things that I'm still holding back on at times, right? Because I've, trust me, I could dive into this rabbit hole of things at times, or into more and more, but I'm trying to do this in a certain way to take the high road on it, right? And stuff like that. And yes, because I've been seeing some of our streams today too. And throughout the whole week, right? Everyone's voicing their opinions. I know you guys in the US are voicing your opinions, yeah. And stuff like that, the freedom of speech and all that stuff, right? And of course, I always mention that, here in Canada, we're going to be voting soonish. If not this year, then it will be for sure next year, because it's yeah. So we'll see how that all pans out. And that's why my video today was out for today. Because I scheduled it for today. Well, more like post-dated it for today. Yeah. Yeah, if you can, Uncle, if you can do that. Unfortunately, Uncle, see, places like, I'm not going to name certain places, but there is certain places now, they have time limits now, all right? Customers are limited to dining in to 30 minutes or at manager's discretion, right? So, and that happens, right? And, I mean, I guess if the place is busy, that's one thing, but, and you got to buy something too, right? They want you to buy, right? They don't want freeloaders, as they say, right? Or nowadays, like, washrooms, right, is for paying customers only. I see it. I see these signs, right? When I go to some of these places where people, I'm picking up some coffee or whatever, I see this. It's just like paying customers only, right? Limited to 30 minutes or at manager's discretion, right? I mean, for people like that, it's kind of, they can warm up a bit. Maybe they're lucky they can buy a coffee to warm back up a bit. Maybe use a washroom, right? But, I guess that buys them a little bit of time or whatever, right? But, yeah. Let's see. Just to inform you guys, I will go for, I don't know, another 20, 25 minutes or so. I appreciate you guys dropping by. You guys... you guys are awesome. You guys all have your own strengths. I know. We all have weaknesses, but you guys all have some strengths too. I mean, me too, right? I have my own strengths, but I also have my own weaknesses. But, you guys are... you guys are... yeah. Yeah. Oh, hi, puppy. Aw, how are you doing? Aw, composure. You've been working. She's like, puppy's like, oh, I can't work anymore. She had to throw in a CR word. Aw. I appreciate that, puppy. You're always so caring. And that's why you get the love hearts from me, and a channel moderator for many other reasons. It was illegal for home to be anywhere, but it was fought against. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, let me ask you, what is the difference between someone that is without a permanent residence, and someone that's displaced due to flooding or hurricane or storm, anything like that, right? What's the difference? I mean, these people don't have a home or permanent residence, right? Is it because the difference is because this was because what happened because of hurricane, right? What about some other people out there, right, that get displaced? The veterans out there at times, or they're on the road, right? What about them? I don't know anyone specifically, but I'm just thinking about something earlier that I saw in another live stream. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's so good to see her too. Ah, I see, Uncle. How can I mind? But you know what I mean? Like, what's the difference? All right. Because look how many people are gonna be like without home now, right, due to flooding, right? Not just in Spain, but probably in the U.S. too for some of those people, right? I mean, yeah, there'll be aid, but where's the aid for those other people at times, right? You know, because who truly helps people like that? The churches, right? People that care enough, right? Or could spare some resources or whatever towards someone, even if they don't even know them whatsoever, and maybe not even see them ever again after the fact, right? Because they've been graciously gifted. I mean, I've done this at least once. Like I got a gift card during Christmas time from work for Timmy's gift card. Tim Hortons, by the way, for you guys in the U.S., right? And I helped someone out just because the boss gave this to me, and I was just like walking by, and I just saw someone. I didn't even know the person, right? I didn't even know the person. I just said, I'm just gonna offer you a coffee. I could buy you a coffee right now. I'm getting one right now. Would you like, that kind of thing, right? And they appreciate it, right? Hopefully they're in a better spot now or whatever. Still kicking it, but maybe it made their day, right? And I know it made I feel a little bit better afterwards. Doing something more proactive. I shouldn't say proactive, but more positive in nature, versus just sitting on the sidelines, twiddling my thumbs, saying, what the hell am I going to do about it, right? Like I said to you, Uncle Al, right? It's up to us to do something about it. We have to do something about it, right? The best that we can with the resources and what's available to us, right? I'm not made of gold or money. I got my own finances to try to deal with at times like that, all right? I do what I can, right? Do what I can, and however I can, right? Stuff like that. Where it'd be like getting some stuff over to a church if I can, some clothes, right? Stuff like that. I did that for a couple of years, right? My friend helped me out. I got these gloves, mitts. I just regathered them together, laundered them, right? That my friend helped me bring them to a church, and hopefully they helped some people out, right? Stuff like that. Where am I at? Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's nice that you gave a burger to someone. Yeah, it shows that that people are not alone, right? I think you start to feel that, right? You know, or they start to feel that. Because they told me that they're like, their motivation is their girlfriend right now. Like, literally, that's the only more motivation they have, right? At the moment. That's what they've been saying, right? And I felt that, you know? You could feel that, you know? Because, you know, their morale's not that high right now, right? You know, honestly, you know, if something happened or whatever, you know, their morale would pick up. Hotel, a day, a night, couple nights at a hotel, or whatever, right? Or some propane, or whatever, or a tiny house, right? They say it, you know, I mean, yeah, that would pick up their morale, right? But at the moment, you know, their morale is kind of low because, you know, yeah, right? You know, because they're living day to day, right? And not sure what the next moment, next day will bring among some other things, right? You know, like David Lynn says, right, Uncle Al, you know, be grateful for being able to get up in the morning for another day, right? And stuff like that. Because unfortunately, some people don't see the next day, unfortunately. You know, unfortunately. And sometimes it's just for, yeah, I'm trying, see, I'm really trying to, like, hold back a thing. Yeah, see, I see why you do it now, Uncle Al. Because you realize that can help people a lot more than you think, right? I'm assuming that's why. Yeah, you can get clothes from the first store. That's if you have money. Right? You need the funds for it, though. Right, yeah. Yeah, once you set up an you will forget you. People will forget you. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's if they can get access to it. You're going to be able to have access to it, though. Alright? You know what I mean? Maybe you can get a pair for free, but, you know, what about your friend or girlfriend or boyfriend that's with you or whatever, right? You know. What? What? WTF right there. What? What does that have to do with anything? I swear I feel like cursing on the stream more and more as I feel like it. Almost like I'm gonna go on a rant. I'm trying not to, though. I'm trying to take the high road and keep this educational by nature. Right? I'm trying to hold back a little. Trust me. I can swear if I want to. I just hold it back. Trust me. Yeah, but of course. Hey, this is a CR word, but I don't usually do it. Because I have my reasons for it. Because when I do, that means I'm angry or whatever. I mean, if I'm kind of BSing around about something or joking around, that's one thing. But usually if I'm cursing out of anger, then I don't like that. Because it doesn't bring out the good side of me, right? It does not bring out the good side of me. I know it doesn't. That's why I don't like doing it like that. Because I know better. I just know. It wouldn't end well. Or at least I don't want to anyways. Well, I guess so, right? I guess there is, but, you know, providing you don't get caught and all that stuff. I don't know how far they are from one, but, you know, I've been able to catch them the last couple nights and days and stuff like that. You know, they're trying to regain their watch time, so I've been trying to help them with that, right? And stuff like that. But when I'm there, I'm solidly there, right? Leaving comments like you guys are leaving comments minute after minute, right? So, you know, YouTube's not count the whole watch time for them, for me at least, right? Because they're part of that thing, right? Because, you know, I realize more and more as I do this channel, the reasons why I do this channel, or why I do certain things on the channel. It's becoming more apparent why I do things. Almost to the point where I can make, like, a poem or a song out of it. Like, I can sum it up. Like, you know, originally when I first started the channel, I wasn't exactly sure the direction, right? But it feels like as time goes on, it becomes more apparent why I'm doing this. It's for you guys, the people. You know, to help some people out. Maybe someone will make something that they saw me making to help some other people out, right? You know, like earlier this year when I made something from like, you know, basically where I made two lefts into a right, which I was gonna say it at the time, but it never turned out like that. But in this video, right, and some people then already do stuff like sewing as said, oh, see, I never considered that. Oh, that's different, right? Yeah, right. Because I was giving people options, right? Because unfortunately, you know, you get sometimes with the gear, if you get handed something or if you find something free, it's to a certain, you know, you might get two left gloves, right? So what are you gonna do with two left gloves? I was just thinking about that, right? I was just like, and that's where that video came from. And that's why I'm going to expand on that a lot more this year. In a couple of videos sometime in the future. If not this year, then definitely next year for sure. But they will be during this winter. This 2024-2025 season. I'm planning on it. Because I've written them down. I just have to record them. I made prototypes already to try them out, right? So don't think the first one you see is the first one you see that I made. No, I made them already. I just have prototypes ready in advance. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's nice of you, Iron Flowers. It's very nice of you. So I'll probably go for another, I don't know, about another 10 minutes or so. Something like that. It's because I'm actually expecting company, so I gotta make sure I'm not on when they show up. They'll be like, I thought you were gonna be ready, CR. I'm like, oh, I was doing a live stream, but you know what, I was coming. So, you know what I mean? So, well, you know what I mean about this, you know, I think you guys know what I mean. You guys are trying to get what I mean about what I'm saying about being prepared and all this stuff, right? The winter, that's eventually don't show up. I say eventually. For some of us, they've seen a little bit already. For me, not so much, but eventually will show up, right? And doing things in advance, starting today, more proactive, less reactive, more forethought, less in hindsight. And trust me, that's a lesson I'm still trying to learn at times, right? More forethought, less hindsight. Trust me. Trust me. There's something happened today to me, and I was just like, yeah, I need to be. That's another reason why I'm doing this stream, really. So, you know, I'm guilty at it too, right? And you know, stuff happens, right? I was just like, it is, you know, I felt that for what it was. It reminded me of something else too. I was like, yeah. You know, I was just like, in hindsight too, right? I was just like, damn it. Can't believe I let that go. I'll see you in a bit, Shawnee. Yeah, I got you, Shawnee. I got you. It's all good. You'll see me in a little bit, Shawnee. I know. You know I will. Yeah, thanks, Iron Heart Horse. Take care, Uncle Al. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, alright. Exactly, puppy. Sometimes I guess the best way to learn something is by experiencing it firsthand, right? You realize being in someone else's shoes, right? Understanding other people's points of views, just like in the video that I released earlier today. Which I'm surprised that I'm getting that much response from that, for what it was, because I just kind of said something that I had inside, let's just say, right? Wasn't really pre-scripted that much, right? Very short video, but I just wanted to say that, right? Because sometimes it's nice to be able to express yourself too for a certain period of time, right? Or even being able to talk to people, right? People that, I'm not saying, you know, you guys, none of you need to quote unquote take my side, right? Just hear me out, right? Hear my point of view, right? You know, if you don't like certain points of view, it's okay. I get it. I understand. You know, I'm like that too with other people. But you know, but there's other reasons or other things that we do have in common, and for that reason, I keep going. All right. All right. I keep listening to people. Right. You know. Yeah. It's good to keep going over this stuff and hearing others' ideas. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Right. Now I am hoping to have another stream. I'm not sure if I will do one for Saturday morning. I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about doing a stream for Saturday for like literally tomorrow morning. I don't know. We'll see. Because I'm also gonna be in with Scout Swede at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 Pacific. By the way, over on his channel, he's also talking about some. Actually, he has a preparedness topic. I am trying to remember the name, but stuff like that. If one of my mods want to drop the link for that specific live stream, you might see me over there with some other like-minded individuals that you may have seen around and such. Like Iron Firehorse, like her. Maybe she'll drop by. I don't know. Maybe we'll see Uncle Al over there or whatever, right? And some other people. Alright. Who knows? Maybe Shawnee will be there too. Hi, Serena. How are you doing? Well, I guess we'll see Iron Firehorse. Yeah, I guess. Alright. You know. If you didn't see his last live stream or whatever, for whatever reason, he is back. So, you know, go share some love over there for him. I know he could use some of that. He could use some of that TLC too. Some appreciation. Raise his morale too, right? Raise his spirits. And stuff like that. That's actually why, really, I rarely do these community board posts, but when I do for a reason, alright? So, you know, if you see a share like that, I'd be like, yeah, there's something about it. That's why, alright? Because really, no one really has to share it on their community board, right? But it, you know, when people do it, it's just like, yeah, because you're taking the time to actually type some extra little things, do these linking thingies and all whatever, right? Because it's tied into your account and all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Iron Horse, if you can grab it, it's because I'm on the, well, I was about to say I'm not actually technically on StreamYard because I'm using Prism Live for this, but yeah, I would have to go into the YouTube site to enter it. Okay, Serena. I don't, well, sorry. Maybe, okay, that was close. I almost ended the stream. I almost hit the end at the top right-hand corner. I would have been like, well, I didn't mean to do that. I'll see what I can do, Serena. Thanks, Iron Firehorse. Yeah, I'm only gonna be on for another, like, 5 minutes or so. Maybe 10 at the most. I need to scope out at the top of the hour, or less, depending on how fast this goes. And apparently I need to charge my phone too, so that's another reason, actually. But I just wanted to make sure I didn't ramble too long for this, and I wanted to make sure there's things, point out certain things, right? The preparedness side. The winter that's coming up, right? I know you guys are going through elections in the US, right? Stuff like that. We're going eventually to go through that here in Canada too, right? Uncle Al mentioned about the flooding, right? Right? And all that stuff. And some other things, like it just people that are on the streets and all this stuff, right? These are like things are actually happening, or have happened, right? In the past, or happening right now. So to be aware of, to be prepared for the best that you can with what you have, with the funds that you have, with the resources you have, right? Do what you can, right? Be proactive, do what you can, because it's up to us to do something about it, right? Even if it's all on your own, right? Okay. So I think the seriousness about the stream will fade because I think I need to like get back into this frame of mind here. Like I'm gonna keep doing what I can here, okay? And you guys out there, you people out there, you know, ladies, gentlemen, right? All walks of life, right? I don't care. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what gender you are. I don't care. All right. I want to know you guys are doing well, right? Because I care enough. Just like in school, I had multiple different friends, whatever, right? Blah blah blah, right? In that same way, right? Because you guys matter. You guys aren't just my channel moderators or some text I see on the screen at times, right? Some of you, I've heard your voices, seen your faces, right? When I see the text, I can hear you saying the words, or I can see you speaking them, right? Because it helps me memorize what you say, and I can hear your voice saying whatever it is, right? Although some of you I haven't, but those are words that you use, the CR words you put in there, I feel them, right? I feel them, well, down to the core. Scientists have proven that the mitochondrial DNA of one of the female ancestor and its X1756. If you want to read it, that's how we're related. Oh, okay. Aw, thanks, Iron Fire Horse. I appreciate that. I appreciate that support right there, right? It means a lot. It means a lot more than you realize. Where'd the cortex come from? Where'd the cortex come from? Where'd the cortex come from, puppy? I didn't know where she just writes cortex. Standard says, that's the only CR word I can think of. You let the CR word play. Well, maybe that'll come back in another stream. Who knows? I don't know. I wanted to make... Oh, cerebral cortex. Yeah, okay. I get you. Okay, I got you. Okay, dicks. You crack me up with CR. Okay, this wasn't supposed to be a CR stream, but I guess down to my core, I guess I need to end the stream like that, alright? Straight up. Straight up. Really, Serena? Sorry, I can't. Stop. Iron Fires and you and Puppy, I don't know, you two could just go on and on. I am a bad influence on these two. I mean, I'm a bad influence in a good way. Yeah. Oh, you can't hear the sarcasm in my voice or see it in my eyes. Kidding. Okay, Serena. Hey, Serena, how about a joke that has CR in it? Just kidding. Bad. Hey, remember, if I put crap, that's why I don't add and preparedness onto the channel. Because that's what I would turn into, Diggs. I'm just saying, that's why I don't add it onto the channel name. Yeah, you get it? That's why I don't add it in there. I'm kidding. Serena. Oh my. Is it how long has it been? I gotta double check my battery. Okay, 25. Anyways, I think this will be my standard 2-minute warning on this live stream. Like usual. Just like how football has a 2-minute warning. I decided to do that. I'm like the only one that really does that. I like to give some time for people to say something like that on the way out or whatever, right? I know. I don't like to end my streams just like that. Because some people want to type something real fast. It's like, I'm in the middle of typing. Hold on. Well, Diggs, you still do it though, right? I'm assuming you still do it in real life, right? Just because you don't do it on the channel or show it, you still do it, right? Please tell me you still do it for real though, right? You still do it, right? You just don't show it, right? I know a lot of people like that now, and that's fine. That's fine, right? You know, I just want to make sure you guys are still being ready, right? Because when I know you guys are ready, just one less person I have to be worried about when stuff goes down or something happens. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And that's why I'm in the stream soon. So Iron Fire Horse can get to bed. You know, that's why. That's why I don't want to keep Iron Fire Horse up all night. She'll be like up all night, up to like 4 o'clock in the morning. You look so tired. What happened to you? I was up all night. CR just kept doing this live stream. He just kept going on and on. It's so exciting. I kept typing. I'm trying to like sound like Iron Fires, but I'm not. I'm kidding. Really? Oh, I appreciate that, puppy. Oh, Serena. Aw. Oh. Oh, you guys are awesome. Well, you may see me in another live stream. I know some people. I know Shawty Bullshit was just waiting for me. I was like, wait, hold on. I'll be joining you right away here. I know. It's almost the top of the hour, isn't it? Yeah. All right. A couple more. A minute or whatever. I wish I could keep going. I wish I could keep going, but I actually need to actually do stuff in the real world. But you guys out there, go do something in the real world, right? Improve your position, as some people say, right? Go do something positive, right? You know, I'll say it like this. See, I'm trying not to swear. Okay, stuff's going down. We can see it on the wall or whatever, right? Or if it's already happened, or it's already experienced or whatever, right? Or it's something an eventuality like me here with Winter, right? So go do something proactive, right? Go show that, you know, like, what you're made of, right? Like, you know, because every time I hear people making something or being proactive or doing something, it always motivates me to up my game, right? You guys up your game, I'll up my game, straight up, right? You do this, I'll do this. If Puppy can do it, I can do it. If Serena can do it, I can do it. You know, that kind of feeling, right? You know, and keep going with that. Yay! Straight up. And like always, yeah, I will soon. Iron Fire Horse. That's why I'm like kind of like extending the exit, that outro here. Squeeze in a couple more minutes here. I appreciate everyone dropping by. Wow. Of course, Serena, because it was stuffed. Yeah. Just like I feel like I should have eaten more stuff before I showed up. But go out there, like I said, and do something proactive, right? Do something, right? It might just help you in the long run, right? And consider what is going down, or what can happen. Remember from the past, right? You know, hopefully things will be better, but let's remember that sometimes things come back. Right? Or people learn from previous experience and it'll slight changes the next time it happens again, right? And let's look at, right, like the last 4 years, because we're almost ending this year already, right? Look how much has gone down already, alright? Everywhere, right? Like, something getting better at times, right? So we need to do something more proactively, right? As much as we can.
just reading the chat real quick. And now I got Iron Firehouse hungry. And she's still... you guys are laughing. That's Serena's comment. Joke. Dad joke. Yeah, forget the TP heist, everyone, right? I mean, I'm not saying it's not important or whatever, but there's more than just that, right? And just like that, we are more than just that too, right? You know? We are more than just that. Like, those people that help some of these people, some of the preparedness community members or that, you know, attend church or whatever that can help people out, you know, those people, yeah. Those are awesome people, right? They do what they can, right? And just like that, you guys go out and do what you can too. And this is the time I will say things are changing out there. And I say we, not O-U-I, but W-E, as in the English word we, we're going to do something about it. Starting today, right now. One step, one can, one bottle of water, one piece of knowledge, one nod at a time. Why not, right? Do something. One piece of inventory at a time, even if we're doing it right now before bed. Whatever it is, talking to other people about it, right? And learning from other people out there. We're going to do something about it. And we're also going to try to help someone if we can. I know we can't help everyone out there, but try to do what you can out there, people. Because, you know, we can do wonders. We just got to let that potential out. The best that we can, right? Just like the water has potential energy, well, the people can have potential energy too. And like that, here's my joke. I'll wave at you later, everyone. Take care, and I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for everything. Take care, everyone.